What if I told you that right now, as you're watching this video, there's an invisible energy field surrounding your body that reveals everything about your spiritual development, your hidden abilities, and your soul's true purpose? What if this luminous field around you is so rare and powerful that it sets you apart from 99% of humanity? Edgar Cayce, known as the sleeping prophet and the most documented psychic of the 20th century, spent over 40 years studying these mysterious energy fields that he called auras. From childhood, Cayce possessed an extraordinary gift. He could see brilliant colors emanating from people's heads and shoulders, colors that most humans cannot perceive. These weren't just pretty lights to him. They were windows into the soul, revealing hidden truths about a person's spiritual gifts, their karmic lessons, and their destiny. For decades, Cayce assumed everyone could see what he saw. It wasn't until he began his psychic work that he realized his ability was exceptionally rare. Through thousands of readings conducted while in trance states, Cayce discovered that certain individuals possess auras so unique and powerful that they operate on entirely different spiritual frequencies than ordinary people. These rare souls aren't just different, they're awakening to abilities that most humans will never access in this lifetime. Today, I'm going to reveal the 5 unmistakable signs that Edgar Cayce identified as indicators of a rare and powerful aura. These aren't just spiritual concepts. They're measurable phenomena that Cayce observed repeatedly in those who possessed extraordinary psychic and healing abilities. If you recognize these signs in yourself, you're not experiencing random coincidences or imagining things. You're awakening to capacities that mark you as spiritually advanced beyond the ordinary human experience. But here's what makes this even more profound. Cayce didn't just identify these signs. He explained why they occur, what they mean for your spiritual development, and how they connect to your soul's ultimate purpose. By the end of this video, you'll understand not only whether you possess a rare aura, but what that means for your path forward and how to nurture these extraordinary gifts. Let me start with something that might shock you. According to Cayce's extensive research, every soul is born psychic. Every single person has the potential for these abilities. But here's the crucial difference. Most people live their entire lives without ever activating these dormant capacities. They remain asleep to their true spiritual nature, operating only from their physical senses and logical minds. However, those with rare and powerful auras are different. Something within their spiritual makeup has triggered an awakening process that most humans never experience. This awakening doesn't happen by accident. Cayce discovered that souls who develop these exceptional auras have usually spent multiple lifetimes working toward this spiritual development. They've endured specific challenges, learned particular lessons, and made choices that elevated their consciousness beyond ordinary levels. In this lifetime, they're reaping the benefits of that long spiritual journey in the form of enhanced psychic abilities and extraordinary aura characteristics. The first sign Edgar Cayce identified in those with rare and powerful auras is something that will fundamentally change how you see human interaction. It's the ability to detect deception and hidden truths with startling accuracy. This isn't about being suspicious or paranoid. It's about perceiving reality beyond the surface level that most people accept without question. Cayce described this phenomenon through the experiences of a close friend who had developed aura sight. This friend made a remarkable discovery. Whenever someone lied or attempted to deceive him, he would see a distinctive gas-light green ray shooting horizontally across the top of their head. This wasn't something he had to concentrate on or try to see. It appeared automatically, like a spiritual lie detector that never failed. But this ability goes far deeper than simply catching lies. Those with rare auras can perceive the hidden motivations behind people's words and actions. They sense when someone is being authentic versus when they're performing a role. They detect emotional manipulation before it fully manifests. They recognize when someone's public persona contradicts their private reality. If you possess this sign, you've probably noticed that you can't be easily fooled by smooth talkers, charismatic manipulators, or people who say all the right things but feel wrong energetically. You might find yourself saying things like, "Something doesn't feel right about this person," even when everyone else thinks they're wonderful. Later, when that person's true nature is revealed, you're not surprised because your aura perception warned you long before any concrete evidence appeared. This ability often develops gradually. You might start by noticing inconsistencies between what people say and how they make you feel. Then you begin recognizing patterns in body language, vocal tones, and energy shifts that reveal hidden agendas. Eventually, this perception becomes so refined that you can sense deception almost instantly, even from strangers. Cayce emphasized that this gift comes with tremendous responsibility. Those who can see through deception must use this ability with wisdom and compassion. The purpose isn't to expose or punish others, but to protect yourself and guide others toward greater authenticity when appropriate. The second sign of a rare and powerful aura is heightened energy sensitivity that goes far beyond normal human perception. This isn't just being emotionally sensitive or empathetic. This is the ability to literally feel the energy fields of people, places, and situations in ways that provide profound information about hidden realities. When you walk into a room, you immediately sense the emotional atmosphere, even if everyone appears calm and collected. You can feel tension, sadness, anger, or joy that others don't notice because it exists in the energetic realm rather than the physical one. Sometimes this sensitivity is so intense that you become overwhelmed by the emotions of others, taking on their feelings as if they were your own. Your body becomes a sophisticated detection system for energy patterns. You might experience sudden chills when encountering certain people, not because you're cold, but because you're sensing something significant about their energy field. You could feel tingling sensations, pressure changes, or instinctive physical responses that seem to come from nowhere but actually arise from your aura's interaction with other energy fields. This sensitivity often extends to environments and objects as well. You might feel uncomfortable in certain locations without any logical reason, only to later discover that traumatic events occurred there. You could be drawn to specific places that feel peaceful and healing, even if they appear ordinary to others. Some people with this gift can even sense the emotional history of objects by touching them. Cayce explained that this heightened sensitivity occurs because rare auras operate at higher vibrational frequencies than normal. Just as a radio can pick up stations that others cannot receive, your energetic system can detect subtle vibrations that most people's auras cannot perceive. This makes you incredibly valuable as a healer, counselor, or guide because you can sense what others need even when they cannot articulate it themselves. However, this sensitivity requires careful management. Without proper boundaries and energy protection techniques, you can become drained or overwhelmed by constantly absorbing the emotions and energies of others. Learning to distinguish between your own feelings and those you're picking up from others becomes essential for maintaining your emotional and physical health. The third sign that Edgar Cayce associated with rare and powerful auras might be the most dramatic and life-changing. It's the development of powerful premonitory abilities and future sight that provide advance warning of significant events, dangers, and opportunities. Cayce himself experienced this phenomenon in a way that saved his life and demonstrated the profound protective power of advanced aura perception. He was shopping in a department store when he approached an elevator filled with people. Although the elevator appeared normal and well lit, something within his expanded awareness triggered an alarm. The elevator interior seemed dark to him despite its bright lighting. More disturbing, he couldn't see any auras around the people inside. In his decades of aura perception, Cayce had never encountered people without visible energy fields. His spiritual senses screamed danger. Instead of entering, he stepped back and told the operator to proceed without him. Moments later, the elevator cable snapped. The car plummeted to the basement, killing everyone inside. Cayce's aura perception had detected the approaching tragedy through the absence of life force energy around those about to die. Their auras had already begun withdrawing from their physical bodies in preparation for their transition. This isn't an isolated incident in the world of advanced psychic abilities. Those with rare auras consistently report receiving warnings about future events through dreams, sudden intuitive flashes, or unexplained feelings of dread or excitement about upcoming situations. These aren't vague impressions or wishful thinking. They're specific, detailed previews of events that haven't yet occurred in physical reality. Your premonitory abilities might manifest as vivid dreams that later play out exactly as you witness them. You could experience sudden knowing about someone's health, relationship changes, or career shifts before any external signs appear. Sometimes you receive warnings about dangers to yourself or loved ones, giving you the opportunity to avoid accidents, make different choices, or prepare for challenges ahead. The mechanism behind this ability relates to what Cayce called accessing universal consciousness. Those with rare auras can tap into information streams that exist beyond linear time. Past, present, and future become accessible simultaneously. Because consciousness itself isn't bound by the physical limitations that constrain ordinary human perception. This gift often develops in stages. You might start by having occasional accurate hunches about small matters. Then your predictive accuracy increases and the scope of what you can foresee expands. Eventually, you may find yourself receiving detailed information about events weeks, months, or even years before they manifest in physical reality. But here's what makes this ability truly remarkable. The information you receive isn't just random glimpses of possible futures. It's specifically relevant to your spiritual path, your life purpose, and your ability to serve others. The universe provides you with exactly the foresight you need to fulfill your soul's mission in this lifetime. The fourth sign Edgar Cayce identified involves a complete transformation in your dream states and access to symbolic visions that carry profound spiritual significance. This isn't about having more vivid dreams or better dream recall, though those often accompany this development. This is about your consciousness gaining access to entirely different dimensions of reality while your physical body rests. When your aura reaches rare and powerful levels, your dream experiences become teaching grounds for advanced spiritual development. You might find yourself in elaborate learning environments where you receive instruction from beings of higher consciousness. These aren't fantasy dreams or wish fulfillment. They're actual experiences in non-physical realms where your soul continues its education beyond the limitations of physical incarnation. Your dreams begin containing complex symbolic messages that provide guidance for your waking life. Unlike ordinary dream symbolism, which psychologists explain as subconscious processing of daily experiences, these visions carry information from higher sources. You might receive detailed instructions about healing techniques, spiritual practices, or solutions to problems you've been struggling with in your conscious life. Many people with this sign report prophetic dreams that reveal future events with startling accuracy. But more significantly, they receive what Cayce called soul memory dreams, where they access experiences from past lifetimes or gain understanding about their eternal spiritual journey. These dreams help you comprehend why you chose this particular lifetime, what lessons you're here to master, and how your current challenges connect to your soul's overall development. The dream state also becomes a meeting ground for communication with departed loved ones, spirit guides, and other non-physical beings who assist in your spiritual growth. These aren't wishful thinking or grief-induced hallucinations. They're genuine interactions that provide comfort, guidance, and confirmation of consciousness continuing beyond physical death. Your ability to remember and interpret these advanced dream experiences becomes remarkably enhanced. You wake with crystal-clear recall of complex scenarios that ordinary dreamers would forget within minutes. More importantly, you develop the spiritual discernment to distinguish between regular dreams and genuine visionary experiences that carry higher significance. Some individuals with rare auras also begin experiencing conscious visions while awake. These might appear as brief flashes of imagery, extended sequences of symbolic scenes, or even full sensory experiences that transport you temporarily into other dimensions of reality. Unlike hallucinations or mental illness, these visions provide valuable information and leave you feeling spiritually enriched rather than disturbed or confused. The fifth and most profound sign that Edgar Cayce associated with rare and powerful auras represents the ultimate spiritual achievement available to human consciousness in physical form. It's the development of direct access to what he called universal consciousness, or the Akashic records, where all knowledge that has ever existed becomes available to your awareness. This isn't about becoming smarter in conventional terms or accumulating more factual information. This is about your individual consciousness merging temporarily with the infinite intelligence that underlies all creation. In this state, questions about the nature of reality, the purpose of existence, and the hidden connections between all things receive direct answers from the source of all knowledge. Cayce himself accessed this state during his famous readings. While in deep trance, his consciousness would expand beyond his individual identity and tap into information streams that contained details about people he'd never met, historical events he hadn't studied, and healing techniques that weren't part of his conscious knowledge. He could diagnose illnesses from thousands of miles away, provide accurate past life information, and offer guidance about soul development that proved transformative for those who received it. When your aura reaches this exceptional level, you begin experiencing moments where your ordinary thinking mind becomes quiet and vast intelligence flows through your awareness. You might suddenly understand complex philosophical concepts that previously seemed incomprehensible. Solutions to long-standing problems appear fully formed in your consciousness without any logical reasoning process. You gain insight into the hidden patterns connecting apparently separate events in your life and the lives of others. This access often comes through meditation, prayer, or other spiritual practices, but it can also occur spontaneously during ordinary activities. You might be walking in nature, listening to music, or engaged in creative work when suddenly your awareness expands and profound understanding floods your consciousness. These experiences leave you with unshakable knowing about spiritual truths that no amount of reading or studying could have provided. The information you receive in these states isn't just intellectually interesting, it's specifically relevant to your spiritual mission and your ability to serve others. You might receive detailed guidance about healing techniques, solutions to help people in your life, or understanding about global events and how to navigate them spiritually. What makes this fifth sign truly extraordinary is how it transforms your relationship with knowledge itself. You stop seeking answers through external sources and begin recognizing that ultimate truth exists within your own expanded consciousness. Books, teachers, and experiences become confirmations of what you already know at the deepest level, rather than sources of new information you need to acquire. This development often begins with small experiences of inner knowing. You might find yourself understanding someone's needs without them expressing them, or knowing the right words to say in difficult situations without planning what to speak. These moments of clarity gradually expand until you recognize that you're accessing intelligence far beyond your individual mind's capacity. The most remarkable aspect of this sign is how it affects your sense of identity and purpose. When you can touch universal consciousness, even briefly, you realize that your individual self is simultaneously completely unique and inseparably connected to everything that exists. This isn't a philosophical concept you've read about. It becomes a lived reality that reshapes how you see yourself, others, and your role in the cosmic order. Cayce emphasized that this ability comes with profound responsibility. Those who can access universal knowledge must use it solely for spiritual purposes and the benefit of others. When these gifts are directed toward material gain, ego gratification, or personal power, they rapidly diminish and can even reverse into spiritual darkness. Now, if you've recognized multiple signs within yourself, you might be wondering what this means for your life path and how to nurture these extraordinary capacities responsibly. Cayce was very specific about this. He taught that rare and powerful auras don't develop randomly or as rewards for being special. They emerge when a soul has reached a specific level of spiritual maturity and is ready to serve a higher purpose in this lifetime. The first thing you must understand is that these abilities aren't meant to make your life easier or more comfortable. In fact, many people with rare auras find their lives become more challenging as they awaken to these capacities. You become more sensitive to the suffering around you, more aware of the spiritual darkness that others ignore, and more responsible for using your gifts wisely. Your heightened perception means you can no longer live unconsciously. Every choice, every relationship, every use of your abilities carries spiritual weight. You begin to understand that your consciousness affects not just yourself, but the collective spiritual atmosphere of humanity. This awareness can feel overwhelming until you learn to embrace it as your soul's calling. Cayce consistently taught that the purpose of developing rare spiritual abilities is to become a channel for healing, guidance, and awakening in the world. Your enhanced perception allows you to see where healing is needed. Your premonitory abilities help you know when and how to offer assistance, and your access to higher consciousness provides the wisdom necessary to truly help others grow spiritually. This doesn't mean you must become a professional psychic or healer, though some with these gifts are called to such paths. It means that whatever your career or life situation, you're meant to operate as a bridge between the spiritual and physical realms, helping to raise the consciousness of those around you through your very presence and the wisdom you embody. The development of these abilities also requires tremendous discernment and spiritual protection. As your aura becomes more powerful, you naturally attract both positive and negative spiritual forces. People in crisis will be drawn to your energy field, often unconsciously seeking the healing and guidance your presence provides. But you'll also encounter those who would drain your energy or manipulate your gifts for their own purposes. Learning to maintain healthy boundaries becomes essential. This isn't about becoming cold or uncaring, but about preserving your spiritual energy so you can serve your highest purpose effectively. Cayce often reminded his students that even the most gifted healers and psychics must take time for spiritual renewal and protection practices. Prayer, meditation, and connection with higher spiritual forces become not just beneficial practices but absolute necessities. Your expanded consciousness needs regular communion with divine intelligence to maintain its clarity and power. Without this spiritual grounding, even the rarest auras can become distorted or depleted. The journey of awakening to these exceptional abilities often involves periods of intense spiritual testing. You might experience what mystics call the dark night of the soul, where your old identity dissolves and you must learn to function from an entirely new level of consciousness. These challenging periods aren't punishments or signs that something is wrong. They're necessary transitions that prepare you for greater spiritual responsibilities. During these times of spiritual transformation, you might feel isolated from others who don't understand what you're experiencing. Family and friends may notice you've changed, but not comprehend the profound internal shifts occurring. This isolation is temporary but necessary, allowing your new capacities to stabilize without interference from those who might doubt or fear your development. What emerges from these transformative periods is a completely integrated spiritual being who can function effectively in both ordinary and extraordinary states of consciousness. You learn to navigate daily life while maintaining access to higher dimensions of awareness. You develop the ability to help others without losing yourself in their problems or draining your own vital energy. The ultimate goal, according to Cayce, isn't just personal spiritual advancement, but the elevation of human consciousness as a whole. Those with rare and powerful auras are pioneers, demonstrating possibilities that all souls will eventually develop over many lifetimes. Your awakening helps create energetic pathways that make it easier for others to access their own dormant spiritual capacities. This understanding transforms any sense of being different or isolated into recognition of your vital role in humanity's spiritual evolution. You're not separate from others because you're better or more special. You're temporarily ahead in a journey that every soul will eventually complete. And your responsibility is to light the way for those who will follow. The signs we've explored today represent just the beginning of what becomes possible when your aura reaches these exceptional levels of development. As you continue growing spiritually, new capacities emerge that extend far beyond what most people consider humanly possible. But remember, these gifts aren't the goal itself. They're tools for fulfilling your soul's purpose and serving the divine plan for humanity's awakening. If you've experienced even one of these signs, you're already operating from a consciousness level that most humans never access. But here's what Edgar Cayce discovered that will completely reframe how you understand your spiritual journey. These rare aura characteristics don't appear randomly or by accident. They emerge according to precise spiritual laws that govern human consciousness evolution. Cayce spent decades studying the pattern behind who develops these extraordinary abilities and when. What he found was revolutionary. Every soul who manifests a rare and powerful aura has been preparing for this awakening across multiple lifetimes. The challenges you've faced, the lessons you've learned, even the suffering you've endured, all serve to refine your spiritual frequency to this exceptional level. Think about your life experiences differently for a moment. That childhood trauma that forced you to develop unusual sensitivity. Those periods of isolation where you learned to rely on inner guidance instead of external validation. The relationships that challenged you to see beyond surface appearances. These weren't random hardships or coincidences. They were precisely orchestrated experiences designed to activate dormant capacities within your soul. Cayce called this the law of spiritual preparation. Before any soul can safely handle the power that comes with rare aura development, it must prove its readiness through specific trials and demonstrations of spiritual maturity. The universe doesn't grant these abilities to those who would misuse them for personal gain or ego gratification. But here's where this gets profound. If you're recognizing these signs now, it means your soul has successfully completed this preparatory phase. You've passed tests that most humans fail repeatedly across many lifetimes. Your consciousness has reached a threshold where these extraordinary capacities can emerge without destroying your spiritual development or leading you into darkness. However, with this recognition comes immediate responsibility. Cayce was adamant that awakening to rare aura abilities creates what he called a spiritual contract with the universe. You're no longer just responsible for your own spiritual growth. You become accountable for how your enhanced consciousness affects everyone around you. Your very presence begins influencing the spiritual atmosphere wherever you go. People unconsciously sense your expanded awareness and either feel drawn to your energy or threatened by it. Children and animals often recognize your unusual spiritual development immediately, while adults might feel inexplicably comfortable sharing their deepest concerns with you or seeking your guidance on matters they've never discussed with others. This influence happens automatically, whether you're conscious of it or not. Your aura radiates frequencies that can trigger awakening in others who are ready, provide healing energy to those in need, or expose deception and inauthenticity in ways that make some people deeply uncomfortable around you. These 5 signs Edgar Cayce identified aren't just markers of spiritual advancement. They're invitations to embrace your true purpose as a bridge between worlds. If you've recognized yourself in these descriptions, you're not different because you're broken or strange. You're different because your soul chose to awaken in this lifetime to serve humanity's spiritual evolution. Your rare and powerful aura isn't a burden to hide from, but a gift to cultivate and share with wisdom and compassion.